All right, then, no nonsense, 80% win rate strategy. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and then I'm going to show you some examples. Very, very simple. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. And if you want alerts for this strategy, you can get them in the private Discord in the description below. So very simply, we're looking for this. You've got your accumulation in the market that you get so often. You're looking for your manipulation and your distribution. This is basically the model. AMD. Very, very simple. Easy to spot on the charts. You can always go and find a good bit of accumulation. You can see we've got a nice bit of accumulation here, manipulation, and then distribution. There was a perfect example yesterday. And then for the entry model, you are going to try and find this liquidity sweep, which is on your manipulation leg. And then you're going to look for this inverted fair value gap back to the upside, ideally on the 1, 2, 3, or 5 minute time frame, which are the ones I use, is sometimes the 30-second. You want to be looking at finding a V-shaped recovery back to the upside with a nice fair value gap like this on one of those time frames. And you want it to be realistically within 5, 6, 7, or maybe maximum 8 or 9 candles. You want to see momentum back to the upside like this. And you want to be basically entering once you close back above this inverted fair value gap like this, targeting a 1-for-1. Once you hit a 1-for-1, you'll be looking to target. Basically, if you close back below this inverted fair value gap, you will get stopped out. This will count as a loss. The stop loss is just below. If you close back below the fair value gap, take profit is at a 1-for-1. Once you hit a 1-for-1, you scale half and you go break even on the rest. And then you'll, generally speaking, for my strategy, you'll have a runner about halfway up the V shape. And then for all-time highs, you'll have your final runner at the minute, because we're always at all-time highs at the minute for NQ, NASDAQ 100 futures, which is what I'm trading on. You can see here, this is the strategy. Very, very simple, very, very obvious. And this is easy to go and back test as well. This is the perfect example of the strategy. And I'm just going to show you a few examples of it now. I'm not going to waste any time, because I've got so many videos you can go and check out, by the way, on the channel. But you can see here, this would have been an absolutely fantastic trade, to be honest, if it wasn't invalid. But obviously the stop loss on this one, absolutely gigantic. But obviously with the FOMC yesterday, we had this huge bump to the downside, followed by an incredibly huge pump to the upside, following off the back of incredible earnings for Microsoft. Sadly, this trade was invalid because we hit the swing high here before we got the inversion. And also look at the size of this stop loss. It's literally 100, 200 points. 150, 200 point stop loss is way too big, in my opinion. I was trying to find an entry down here, because I could see that this could have been an incredible trade, but you can see we just didn't really get a clean entry in terms of a fair value gap. There are fair value gaps here, as you can see. I mean, you could have potentially taken this one, as you can see. But I think this one would have been a loss, or at the very least, I would have gone break even at that next internal swing high. So yeah, this would have been, I would have gone break even here, because the crazy drop we've seen here, and we didn't get the full V shape. This probably would have been a break even trade for me. I was trying to find an entry down here, literally the entire session, but there wasn't really anything clean here. You can see this drop to the downside didn't give us the fair value gaps really that we were looking for. There was one here, potentially on the 3 minute, that you could have taken like this. This actually would have been a good play, if I'm honest. Obviously, this isn't the textbook V shape back to the upside, but you can see with a massive drop like this, that is literally like 200, 300 points going into earnings. You are, generally speaking, probably going to get yourself a nice move to the upside. Obviously, this would have worked, as you can see, up to new all-time highs and a continuation. I didn't actually alert this, nor did I take this myself, because I missed this. I basically logged off after seeing price starting to accumulate and going sideways here, because I wasn't thinking. I basically wanted to see this, and we didn't get it. So we didn't get my entry condition on any time frames really. So I just decided not to take anything. You can see on the 5 minute here, as I said, you could have taken this and it would have worked, but you can see it's just a ridiculously high stop loss. I wouldn't have taken this because I would have been looking for a better entry, but overall you get these kinds of trades all the damn time. There's one actually, what are we looking for here? The price action this week has been a bit weird, if I'm honest. Let's take a look. I'm sure there was a trade yesterday. Was it yesterday morning? I think there was a trade yesterday morning. Let me just look here. I'm just struggling to Because I need to look at the 1 minute here, I think. There was definitely a trade yesterday morning that was good. Yeah, I think it was this one here. Fair value gap. This one was good because we had a data high above because of news. This one here. You can see this is a data high. When you see these funny wicks like this, they do generally get hit with a good amount of accuracy, so you can use them as a good target. And then you can see we've got our very, very clear accumulation. We've got a nice target here with this data high, which is essentially news, a bit of news that's created a bit of a wick in either direction. Accumulation, manipulation, you've got your sweep here, and then your distribution back up. You've got your fair value gap here. We're a little bit high here. I did want to enter a bit lower, but beggars can't be choosers. You can see entering here, targeting a 1-for-1. That would have got hit. Let me take my magnet off because it's doing my Sweden. Entering here, you can see the 1-for-1 gets hit straight away. Your second target would be this next swing high, or the data high there. As you can see, this would have ripped up for a nice 2-to-1 pretty much instantaneously in the space of a minute. Banger trade, absolutely amazing. And then we obviously chopped around, stopped out the last position here at break even, but this was a good trade. You should have taken this and really just been done for the day, which is pretty much what I did. I did want to get another trade here, but when I saw all the chop here, I just basically logged off and didn't take any trades. Shame about missing this gigantic pump to the upside, but it could have just as easily been a dump. If you were chasing this, you may well have got wrecked by the market there, but you can see these kinds of trades happen all the damn time. Let's have a look here. Let's just see if I can find any more. Sometimes you get some ones in London session as well. There was one here in London session potentially. You can see liquidity sweep. Decent amount of accumulation, liquidity sweep coming back up. Let's just see if this would have played out. We've got our inverted fair value gap here. Realistically, you probably would have taken it all the way from up here like this, because this is from this green candle to this green candle. This is probably the full gap if you're being completely honest with yourself. So this would have been the trade. You can see it would have hit a 1-for-1 and then it would have come down and hit break even, but that would have been fine. Sometimes you just need a little play like that every now and again just to keep yourself profitable. Overall, these trades happen all the damn time. You can see the amount of V-shapes. I mean, just look, even if you were just trading just V-shapes, the amount of V-shapes here that would have worked. This one here, from green candle to green candle, nice gap. Nice close. Target a 1-for-1. This would have hit. Up to this swing high here for your take profit. Maybe up to the, I don't know where you would target, maybe up here for your final take profit. Probably wouldn't have closed, but you can see another banger trade there. Have we got anything else here? This price action is very low volume. This one here would have worked. Did we get an entry on this? Just about. Maybe just. You can see, I think this was is this a last night Asia session? Came down, swept this level here, V-shape back up, enter here, all the way up, V-shape back up to the upside. You can see these happen all the damn time. Really, really solid strategy that has been doing really well for me. This one was a good one here. Another one, liquidity sweep. This very, very obvious level. Lovely green candle back to the upside after putting in a nice gap here. Targeting a 1-for-1. You can see we went into drawdown a little bit for this one, but we never came down or even closed anywhere close to closing down below this. Retested the gap, came up for a 1-for-1. Went break even on the rest. I would have targeted probably here for my second TP because I don't know how far this was going to go back up. And you can see we basically came up, hit the second TP, another 2-to-1 trade pretty much. And then the rest hit break even again. So I'm not going to bother you or bore you with any more trades because this just, the amount of winners here is just ridiculous, guys, isn't it? Let's be honest. But you can see what I'm getting at. Absolutely incredible trade. And the tendency of NQ Nasdaq is that when you get these sweeps, you do get these reversals back around. You can see just how many I showed you just from the previous day or two. 3 or 4, maybe even 5 winners across the space of Asia and London and New York session there. Incredible strategy. Check it out for yourself. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Check out my other videos because I explain this and give examples every single day. And if you want alerts for this, then do sign up for the private Discord down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.